So I trust that it's going to be a wonderful time together as we fellowship. Welcome to our Tuesday fellowship, right? And yes, I am very sure that you pick something from today's live conversation. My name is Coach Christy Ikedeze. For those of you who are joining me for the very first time, and every Tuesday we come here, we share knowledge, we share wisdom around marriage, around relationship that will help you to become who you are supposed to be, right? We help you to be who you're supposed to be in your relationship, in your marriage. This necklace, just stay one place. So we tell you the things that will help you in your relationship to become a better version of yourself, to become someone who God has ordained you to be, and to avoid a lot of marriage mistakes. So my goal is to guide you, to also show you how you can navigate your relationship. That's my goal. And I want to put scripture into this conversation. Like you already know, the conversation is about the cues to know that a man wants to marry you and not just to have you in his space. Because a lot of women, one of the biggest mistakes women make, is listening to a man's promises more than they pay attention to his body languages, more than they observe his patterns. And so a man can say, I love you, I miss you every day, but he has no intention to marry you. He has no single intention to have you in his life. He has no intention to make you his wife. Marriage intentions are not proven by words alone. They are revealed through consistent actions, through consistent pattern, through consistent behavior and attributes. So you cannot judge that a man wants to marry you just by what he's saying to you. He can say all the sweet things, but if he fails to match his words with his actions, then whatever he's saying to you, he is just deceiving you. You don't always need a man to come and to ask, you don't need to first ask a man, do you want to marry me, before you can know if he truly wants to marry you. If you just pay attention, if you can just pay close attention to his priorities, to his statement, to his consistency, to his level of sacrifice, to his level of showing up for you and the direction of his life, he will answer that question without saying a word with his mouth, right? And that's what this conversation is about. I know a lot of women come and ask me, I want to know if he really wants to marry me. How do I know he wants to marry me? How am I going to be sure that he's not just trying to play games with me? How am I sure that he's not just trying to have me around, and all of those things, right? We have those concerns, and it is a genuine concern. It is something that we need to pay attention to. It's not something to ignore. It's not something to put on the side. It's something to really pay attention to. And that's one of the things that I want you to sit back and enjoy in this conversation. So women ask, does he really want to marry me? Should I ask him where this relationship is going or not? Should I ask him, are you going to marry me? How long will I wait before I ask him the question? How long should I wait before I say, what are we doing? I know I've done a series on, how to actually come forward and ask the question. Don't feel shy about it. Don't think that, I'm going to appear like I'm desperate. There's nothing like that. If a man who sees you trying to define what your life is about as being desperate, then the man was never meant for you. If the man cannot withstand your boldness, your courage to confront the truth, to be able to say, what are we doing in this whole relationship? Are we just in a situationship? Are we just here for being here sake? Are we just friends? Are we going to be friends for how long? Because trust me, when I talked about dating, I said, are you going to be dating for recreation, or are you going to be dating for marriage? Because if you are dating for recreation, that's when you will just be going from one person to another. But if your intention is to marry, then it's important for you to know what this person came for really. What did they come for? What do they want of me? Where do they want this relationship to end? So that I don't just end up wasting my time and then everybody just goes and then it's another round of heartbreak and all of that. I want to be sure whatever I am doing with this person. So these are all valid questions. When you're asking, what are we doing? Are we going to, do you want to marry me and all that? They are valid questions. However, you need to know much more than just asking questions. Before you even ask, or before a man, before you ask a man whether he wants to marry you or not, you need to ask yourself some important questions as a woman. You need to ask yourself, what is his life really telling me? What's his life already telling me as we are dealing in this relationship? What is his patterns? What is his character already saying? Because before he says a word, his attitude, his behaviors, his lifestyle, his character would have already been saying so much to you without you needing to say a word to him. People reveal their intentions over time through what they consistently do, not only through what they say. I can say I love you forever. If I do not back that I love you with required actions, trust me, I do not love you. And my love makes no sense at all. So I can't just stand on, oh, this person has said I love you, because many women confuse attention with commitment. They confuse affection with loyalty. You think just because he is, in quotes, paying attention to me, that means he has intentions of marriage. That may not always be the case. That may not always be the case. In some cases, he might be paying attention to you for a particular reasons, which could be companionship, which could be someone to just, have someone to talk to, someone that you relate with, someone that can make you happy, someone that can just gist with you, someone that can help you wash your clothes, cook your food, and all of that. So you need to know where the man you are relating with stands in this whole thing. It's not just for him to verbalize it. If his lifestyle is not matching it, then you're doing nothing. So today's teaching is not just about teaching you as a woman to assume or to mind read. It's not for you to go and start reading the mind of the man and say, oh, okay, this is what he's thinking. No, I know that when you see the topic, you might think, oh, this is about how to mind read, how to assume, how to guess. No, it is about learning to recognize patterns. It's about learning to recognize healthy, observable patterns that shows you what this person is intending to do with you. Because it often points to a serious commitment that they want to make or not, while also having honest conversations when the relationship becomes serious. So you cannot just, it doesn't end by those cues, right? Cues can give you a sign of what the person is thinking about. However, you don't end at cues. You take it a step further. When you see that a relationship is becoming serious than just casual relationship, what you need to do is to now have honest conversations with the person. It does you no harm asking those questions. And it also does you no good keeping quiet about them. It doesn't make you too desperate. It doesn't make you too forward. It doesn't make you the one who just wants marriage so badly. I mean, which woman doesn't want to settle into marriage? There could be exceptions, but if you're relating with if you're dating someone, it should be that somehow you feel you can marry, right? Are you just dating? Except for people who are crazy and not thinking properly. If you're just dating for dating's sake, then something is wrong. It still shows that you need that companionship. So when you are dating a man, don't you have marriage somewhere in the back of your mind? Or you are just dating them, let's just be going, let's see where this thing ends, let's see where it goes. Is that your motive, or do you intend for this whole thing that I'm doing with this person to actually end in marriage for real? So let's look at some of the truths that you have to keep in mind as we go on this journey. Before I start giving you the cues, I want you to pay attention to some of this truth, because the Bible says that, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Remember that I said that our anchor scripture for this conversation is in the book of Matthew chapter 7 verse 16, where the Bible says that by their fruits you shall know them. All right, so you can't see, like they say, an apple doesn't fall far from the tree. If someone is a good tree, they will bear good fruit. If someone is a bad tree, they will bear bad fruit. There's no two ways about it. It's not a prayer issue. So if you see someone who is a good person, who is a child of God, who is ready to marry you, you will see the signs. And for ladies, let me tell you that men, they know what they want to. They know what they want. Don't think that a man doesn't know what he wants. Oh, maybe he wants this, he wants that. There are exceptions, right? In everything, but you don't live life based on exceptions. You live on the principle and the majority. So you need to know and have it in mind before you even start. What is this whole thing about? So truth number one is that marriage is not just a feeling. You have heard that from me over and again. Marriage is not a feeling zone. Marriage is a responsibility zone. See, the moment you finish your wedding and the paparazzi and all the fantasies in your head that you have turned to reality, you face business. You mean business. You go on to now start doing what you need to do. It doesn't end in just the feelings alone. Men, naturally, they enjoy the companionship of women because man was not built to live alone. Neither was man meant to survive the ecosystem without a female. So the presence of a woman brings tranquility, brings flavor. You know how you've not finished cooking if you've not added your flavor, spices, salt and all. That's what a woman is. Are men important? Of course. But a woman spices up things with our nature, with our charisma, with our life. A woman brings that. So many of the men that relate with you, they genuinely love you. But loving someone and being prepared to marry the person, they are two worlds apart. They are not the same thing. A man can want to look at you and love you and all of that, and they'll fall over heads of him, whatever they call it, about you. But they have no intentions to marry you, and it's not a problem. You are the one who had a problem. Because before you embark on a journey with anyone, you need to know where the destination is going. As you move, as the day goes by, you are able to pinpoint and say, okay, this is what this looks like. This is where this is going. This is how this whole thing is coming about. But when you don't have that in the back of your mind, you will just be floating. Because relationship requires just a few things. Just requires you to be there, yes, you communicate and all that. Sometimes you don't even need to commit, even though people commit their body without any commitment, which is foolish, by the way. So, but when you are dealing with marriage requires so much more. Marriage requires commitment. Marriage requires responsibility. Marriage requires you make sacrifices daily. Marriage will require you plan. You plan your life. You plan your marriage. You plan your children. You plan your future. You are not just going to start looking at each other every day. You wake up, you sit down, you start staring at each other. You get tired, even if you try that. Trust me. Having been married for almost 7 years, I can tell you for free, you don't wake up in the morning and you're just sitting there staring at your spouse. It can happen in the early days. Oh, I finally married. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, but after then, you got to move on because life is not going to stop for you. You have to move on with your life. There are so many other things to do with your life. So why do you want to get stuck on just, oh, I've married this person, I've married my dream man, I've married my dream woman. Is that all there is? So beyond that, you need to show that you are ready, because readiness is part of what marriage requires. And readiness means that you are prepared to take on whatever difficulties that comes with getting to marry this person. So don't confuse affection with preparation. Don't confuse attention with commitment. Pay attention to the signs that the person is showing you and know the difference. That's why you need discernment as a believer, as a child of God. You cannot not be discerning. You cannot. You have to be discerning so that you will be able to know what the person is actually looking for and know if you are ready to offer it or not. For some guys, all they are looking for is someone to sleep around with. And if you are providing that for them, they are okay. But you need to ask yourself, is that what I also want? Do I also want someone who I would just sleep around with and that's it? Or do I want to take it a step further and be able to know this person on a deeper level and begin to consider marriage seriously? So, this is something I want you to pay attention to as we go on this conversation. So, quickly, let's look at the first cue. Remember, I said that there are 7 critical cues that you need to pay attention to that will show you, where this man, you want to marry me. All right, sorry for the break in transmission. We are back. We are back. We're back. Okay, so number one, number one cue that this man wants to marry is that he is intentional about spending time with you. Women love attention, quality time, because it is interpreted by their brain as this person loves me, this person prioritizes me in their lives. One of the things that made me know that my husband wanted to marry me was he was ready to spend time with me. Looking back now, I wonder how he was able to do that. He may not have time for every other person, though. He may not have time to respond to you, but you see my message. As he's dropping, he is responding right away. And if for any reason he doesn't respond, know that he is a very busy and committed place where he cannot respond. But as soon as he gets on his feet, he is responding to me either by calling or by replying my messages. Now that's someone who is intentional about spending time with me. Mind you, we were distances apart, far away. He was in Lagos, I was in the East. But it didn't matter because he knew he wanted to spend time with me so badly that he was going to make the sacrifices. Looking back now, and I wonder how he was able to manage it. He wasn't even at home as much as he was now, as much as he is now. But he still spent those time. He still made out those time to ensure that he stays with me. I didn't feel his absence so much. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's an example of a man who wants to marry you. And that was the first cue that I saw. From the moment I sent the first hi till date, that was over 8 years ago. I mean, I'm talking about 9, 10 years now. So this man showed that, in fact, let me tell you a funny story. So when we got married, one of those days I was discussing with my brother-in-law the last baby, actually. But when I talk about the last baby, he's not a small boy. I'm talking about a full-grown man, but he's the last child in my husband's house. So he was telling me how already my husband has told me this, but I mean, I'm that good with my in-laws, so we're able to gist and talk. He was telling me how when they were still going to work, when we've not married, when we just started dating, how they will come back from office with all the traffic. Because trust me, if you're in traffic, it frustrate. You know that traffic can frustrate you. You know. See him on his phone. And he has been talking to me all day long. But as soon as he gets back, he will turn his leg up and continue his call. Food though he will not eat. Even to remove his clothes gone. Okay. So we are back. We are back. All right. So Let's continue. Apologies for that. So I was talking about the first Q, and I said if he's intentional about it, we want to spend time with you. And I was telling my old story of my husband and I when we were dating and how he was able to show up for me and was intentional with spending time with me. Now, time is one of life's greatest treasures, one of life's greatest currencies. In fact, in Inner Circle of the Intentional Parents Academy, what we say is that time is a currency of destiny, right? So when someone gives you their time, they've given you something precious. If someone gives you their time, they've given you something more than money. Time is not money. Like they say, time and money. No, time is not money. Time is more important, more valuable. Time is higher than money. So don't confuse it and say time than money. No. You can lose money and get them back. But if you lose time, you will not get them back. So when someone in their own heart thinks of spending their time with you that they would have used to do something else, then it means something that you are really important. Because if you were not important, they for no leave waiting that they do to see you, to be with you. So you need to think, you need to look around, you need to observe how much he spends time with you. When a man sees long-term potential in you, he generally makes intentional efforts to know you better, even when life is busy. So it's not a case of whether you're busy or not. You're not going to marry a busyless or a jobless person. However, if out of their schedule they don't put you inside to pay attention to you or to spend those time with you, something is wrong somewhere. They are spending it with someone or they still do not understand what relationship entails. So you have to come to a place where they are able to understand that in their business, they must create time for you. If they can't create time for you in their business, there is nothing you are doing. And trust me, he is not thinking about marriage. He's not. All right? So make sure that the man you are dealing with is someone who is ready to listen, who is ready to spend time with you. And notice, you know, if he keeps making plans with you, if he brings you into his plans, his agenda, and says, I want to do this, what do you think about this? Do you know one of the things that turned me on for my husband? Hey, the first date we had, he came with his laptop, and while we're discussing, talked about the project he's doing. This is someone, yes, we've been talking online, but this is actually like the first time we're seeing physically. But he's already telling me details how he started the building he was building then in the house where the parents were living. He told me so much about them. So he told me so much about the building and how he needs an accountability partner to help him keep track, to know monitor his spending and all. At the end of the day, he still showed me his salary. Can you beat that? Like his whole entire salary. This is where I am. And you know what that helped me? He helped me to know that this man does not just see me as a woman that he is relating with. He's seeing a potential wife in this woman. That's why he will go that extent to open up something as big as his salary. When many men don't even show even their wives. Someone is showing someone else who is not even a wife yet. At that point, I wasn't even a girlfriend. I was just a friend he loves engaging and talking with, where we talk about anything and everything. We gist, we take our time, we're just besties. And yet, he took his time to explain and show me everything without hiding anything. He asked, this how I want to budget this. That's how you work. And that's why you have seen that I married you. Because consistency matters more than grand gestures. If he waits until he can buy a house for you, until he can buy a car for you, but doesn't value spending the time with you, trust me, whatever he's doing with you, he's not going to end the marriage. Number two, he wants to know the real you. When a man is interested in knowing you, Who are you? How do I know you more? How do I know you better? A man that is considering long-term commitment will understand that your character, your values, your family background, your foundation, your goals, your beliefs, how you handle conflict and how you dream are all important. They are not just, the things that attract him. They are also things, they show that he is interested in your life. He's interested in what you are doing. He's interested in your thought process. So even when he's asking a question, he's not just asking it out of chemistry, no. He's not asking it because butterfly is flying his belly, no. He's asking thoughtful questions because he wants to understand it. He wants more clarity on who he's dealing with. He wants more clarity on how to go about it. He wants more clarity on how to navigate and put you in order. If not, he is not ready to marry you. He's not. And then the third one is that his words and matches his actions. His words matches his action. If he asks you about something and you answer the other way, how do you think you're going to communicate with the person? There is no way someone saying one thing and meaning another thing can work together. Someone is speaking French and I'm only trying to speak Igbo and speak English, the person will actually sell me and I will not even know. So when your words are not matching your action, yes, you are like an empty barrel making noise. Because anyone can make you promises, anyone can advertise themselves as being who they are not. Many people now struggle to now make sure that their words align with their actions. So you ask yourself, do you know if he keeps his words? Does he keep his word? He said you're going to buy this. Did he buy it? He says he's going to do this. Did he do it? He says he's going to do that. Did he do that? Those are the things that you need to pay attention to. Those are the things that you need to ingrain yourself in. Because if you fail to do that, you are going to be in trouble. You need to ask, does this man follow through with what he says he's going to do? Can I possibly rely on him? Can I rely on him? Can conflict and fight not lead to our becoming enemies? Because you need to be consistency over time, because it's consistency that that makes the whole thing different for you. Now, number four rather, when he's talking, he includes you in his future conversation. There are some men that unconsciously just be saying, oh, when we marry or when we have a child, this is what I want. How do you want to? I want us to do this and that. They have future conversations with you. Even when it does not relate to marriage, they can have it for the sake of being prepared and staying ahead. Sorry, 1 minute. Let me just take. So, if he includes you in his conversation, in his body language, in his conversation, if he's always saying, I will do, I want to, I am, I wanted, I did, and there is no we in it, then he's not ready to marry you. But if you see him constantly saying, oh, we are going to live in this place, but how do you like this? How do you like it for us? When they're saying things like that, it's a cue. You need to be sensitive, discerning to know when this person is just making up stories or when they're serious. You need to know all of that. If he always talks about us, If he talks about you and me, you and me, you and me, if he talks about the goals, the future goals that he has with you, if he talks about his career goals, if he talks about his future plans, if he talks about his commitment to a life of constant growth, if he talks about doing things without making unrealistic promises or reasons, and you can see him and he is excited to carry you on that journey, then you have begun something serious. But if not, you need to go and check that relationship today. Am I the one that caused it, or am I someone who this person cannot be able to handle? All right. While this may not exactly be the only thing you need to have a successful marriage, it can be like, an indicator for you. It can be an indicator for you, because he is still seeing you in his future. He still seeing you as part of his life. He's still seeing that somewhere along the line you fit in to this person that he wants you to be. So let's continue on this conversation. Number 5, he prepares himself, not just prepare you. No men, some men can say, go and learn, go and learn. Now, if you don't have a mentor mentoring you, you are in a hot soup. You are in a hot soup. If you don't have someone who calls you to order, you don't have a community you belong to, you are on your own and you will pay the price. You pay the price because that was not the original arrangement. So, in this whole thing, I want you to see where you fall, the category where you fall, or the things that this person would have been showing you signs of, but you are not paying attention to it. Maybe they have been showing all these signs, you are not paying attention to it. You are just thinking that it's one of those things, all of that. No, you need to know that this person means business for you. They mean business for you. So let's continue. Are you enjoying this conversation? Did you invite anybody, or you're just watching alone? Go and invite someone to come and join you in watching this. So I said that he is preparing himself, not just you. Because if he's telling you, go and read books and all that, and he doesn't do anything, there is problem. If he's telling you to grow your spiritual life and not grow his own, so that he can be able to lead the family as the priest of the home and as the king and as the head, something is wrong. Preparation is not just about buying the ring or choosing a wedding hall. It is when the person puts on the garment of husband. When the person is becoming a husband in character, in words, and in action. Because you need all of that. You need to say it with words. You need to say it with your action. You also need to say it with your patterns. Number 6, yeah. Are you still here? He respects your boundaries and your values. When a man does not respect your boundaries and your values, he will go any mile. That's why men will want to use emotional blackmail of, oh, if you don't sleep with me, I'm not going to do this, and show me that you love me by sleeping with me. Don't try it. That will be your doom. So someone who truly values you will not constantly pressure you to compromise, to violate your convictions, to compromise on your values, to bring down your standards, just so they will feel okay, or just so you prove that you love them. If you have to prove to someone that you love them, it is not love. Oh, hey, Facebook people, it is not love. It's not. So ensure that you see him respecting your values, and you know that he cannot respect a value you don't have. So if you don't have the value, go back and watch my video on how to create your personal vision statement, value statement, and mission statement. Go back and learn it, because that's the basic. That's where to start from. If you're able to decide and know that this person is respectful of my values, my principles, my the boundaries, then it will make you to calm down a bit and know that no matter what happens, no matter how it is, this person is by my side, this person is there to my heart, because they respect what I want. They don't force me to wear anything, they don't force me to remove anything, they don't force me to be a certain person that I'm not. They just let me be me. When they respect your faith, they respect your body boundaries, they respect your opinions, they respect your suggestions, they respect your time, they respect your space and your boundaries. If they do all of that, that's a cue for you to know that this person most likely wants to marry me. Respect is one of the strongest foundations of any marriage. If there is no respect and love, that marriage is already hopping on one leg, and it's a matter of time before it collapses. Don't let that be your marriage. So prepare yourself. Tell yourself, I'm going to prepare myself. Put it in the comment section. Say, prepare yourself. You call your name. So prepare yourself, Christy, so that you can be found. That's the prayer you have to make. Prepare yourself, then go out and be found. Number 7, he tends to support your growth. He tends to support your lifestyle. He tends to support your journey rather than trying to compete. You know, there's some men are so insecure that they think that if their wives prosper, they will not prosper. Who sold us that lie? Yes, there could be exceptions. Like I said earlier, you don't build your life on exceptions. You build them on the truth. So if at any point they feel that you are not good enough for them, walk away. Don't come and stay and then be grumbling, be crying, be feeling like the one has come against you. So a healthy spouse is or partner is someone who will support you and celebrate your progress and development. They are going to support your progress and development. If he always encourages you to learn and grow. I remember when I was dating my husband, he encouraged me to go for several events. Go for this one. Sometimes he'll send the money to register. Sometimes he will pay by himself. Sometimes he's giving transport money, just to encourage me to know that I am for you to grow. I am for you to become strong. I'm for you to become wise. I'm for you to become the person you are supposed to be. If he's constantly encouraging you to learn, to grow, to expand your mind, to be transformed, to pursue your purpose, to build your career, and to deepen your faith in God, that's the man to look out for in terms of marriage. Remember that I've not mentioned anything surrounding physical things like beauty or whatever, because those things are mundane compared to the main thing. Someone can be six-pack and then I use that six-pack hand and hit you. You don't want that. So be sure that you're settling with the right man at the right time. So love should create room for growth, not fear of it. Love should create room for growth, not create fear of it. If the person is always feeling like I cannot control this girl, she's becoming this, she's becoming that, something is wrong somewhere. Now, the last but not the least, are you here? Are you here? Are you feeling the fire already? Are you feeling the fire already? So, so I said the last one is he wants to solve problems with you, not run from them. Every relationship has its own issues. It has its own problems. It has its own adjustments to be made. It has its own inconveniences. But immature people will avoid those experiences, will avoid those pain, will avoid whatever that will stress him. I don't want. But mature people are those who say, we are getting into that fire and we'll get that baby out. We'll get that woman out. Because he's not running from problem. He is running to solve the problem. That's who you should settle. If by the time you quarrel, he will go and block you. He is not the right person. How do I say this so that you get it? He cannot claim to want to marry you, and then any slightest disagreement or quarrel, he has blocked you. Now start begging. I had one friend like that. She will always come and say, please help me and beg this guy. Please pick my call. I'm like, okay. So you needed me to enter. Am I a marriage counselor? This was many years ago. Am I a marriage counselor that I will start worrying about the person that answer your call not? Go and look for a lawyer. And after all of that, he was you are able to, ask yourself, how am I going to walk through this? So mature people will go through it and they will work it out. So ask yourself, when there is conflict, does he disappear? Does he run away? Does he respectfully seek for solutions and resolution for the conflict? Or does he run away? Does he put the blame on me? Does he say you are the one that caused it? Does he say you are not the one that caused it? Does he say, oh, that's how you did this the other time? Oh, does he count the wrongs? Or does he look for ways for it to be fixed? So those are some of the things, because marriage is about problem solvers. You encounter issues upon issues in marriage. You encounter challenges upon challenges in marriage. You encounter conflict upon conflict in marriage. But how you are able to manage it is what distinguishes you from the rest. So yes, there will be problems. Yes, there will be conflict. But it is wisdom that you solve that conflict with that tells where you belong to, whether you are matured or you are not matured. There's no middle ground. You are either matured or you are not matured. So these are the cues I want you to keep in mind as you go on this journey. So let's talk about marriage. Some women are taught never to bring up marriage at all. So others feel that they must demand answers immediately. So on one hand, we have people who feel that don't bring up marriage. Oh, if he wants to marry you, he'll marry you. If he doesn't want to marry you, he will not marry you. They say don't bring up marriage. And then on the other hand, we also have people who demand that you must give me answer today. As I'm meeting you today, do you want to marry me? Do you want to marry me? If you don't want to marry me, go away. No, you build it organically. Then you are discerning enough to know when to pop the questions. What are we doing? Because I like you, but I don't just like you. I want to go beyond that. Do you see me the way I'm seeing you, or is there something that we need to know? Why neither of this extreme is not healthy, there has to be a balance. As a relationship becomes serious, as it progresses, both of you should be able to know and talk. Yes, you should have the time to know each other, to understand each other better, know what this person likes, know what their lifestyle is like, not just on the periphery. And then At that point, it is now wise for you to have these honest conversations. Surrounding marriage expectation. What do you expect from marriage? What kind of husband do you want? What do you want your husband to be doing? What kind of thing do you want your wife to look like? And all of those things. You ask those questions. You need to know and talk about timing. When are we going to? How long do we date? I did that. I'm not telling you what I've not done. I talked about my marriage expectations. I talked about the timing. When do you want to marry me? I'm not that small girl that you think doesn't know what she wants. I know what I wanted. And if you're not ready to offer it, please leave my way so that you don't block serious people that are coming. See, you need to be very courageous and bold about what you want. Stop being like jellyfish. You are scared he will leave you and run it. Let him leave. A man that wants you will not mind that you're asking him serious questions that makes him to, like Josmeya will say, squeam a bit on your seat, right? He needs it to sit up and act because he is the one to act. You need to talk about life goals. What do you want to achieve? What's your vision for life? Because marriage is not going to be a burial place for your vision. You need to keep your vision alive. You need to keep your goals alive. You need to have values. And you need to communicate it. I want this. I don't want this. This is what I prefer. This is what I don't prefer. This is how I live my life. This is how I don't live my life. And your readiness. When will you be ready? I asked it. When will you be ready, sir? Is it 2 years? Is it 3 years? Is it 4 years? Is it 5 years? Is it next year? Is it this year? So that I will know if our timeline is far away or far apart. Then one person will just, back off. Every healthy relationship is marked by clear communication. It's not by assumption. It's not by keeping close mouth. It's not by assuming. It's not by feeling that you're asking too much. No, you're not asking for too much. So the next time someone claims that you're asking for too much, please tell them, I'm sorry, but I need to know what I'm doing with you. Now, these are the serious signs that you need to look out for and take them very seriously. These are the warning signs you need to take note of. If after a long period of time of being with this person, he avoids every conversation about marriage or the future, his actions is constantly contradicting his promises and his words. That is, his patterns are different from his promises. If he only contacts you when it is convenient, when it is okay, when it is not is nothing to him, it's not really costing him anything, because sometimes the relationship will require that he makes sacrifices that are not so convenient. It is called sacrifice because it will stretch you a bit. Whatever that doesn't cost you anything is not a sacrifice. If he keeps the relationship hidden without a reasonable explanation, yes, I know you should keep your relationship out of social media. I preach it every day and night. Don't bring your relationship that has not matured to social media. You will destroy it. I said it. I have seen it happen again and again. So when I see younger people who are busy throwing their partners or someone they are just relating on social media, I laugh. You don't know the danger you are exposing yourself to. Social media is not nice. The streets of social media is cruel, is hard, is dangerous, is painful, and it is wicked. So if you don't keep your relationship out of social media until it is matured, you're going to be in trouble. I didn't post my husband until our pre-wedding was out. And even when it was ready, I still did not post it until our wedding card was ready and we're sure that nothing will make that date to change. Because the date can change. I want to be sure that I'm embarking on a journey. And of course, don't get me wrong. Public display of love or affection is okay if you prefer that. But don't use it to seek validations. Don't use it to seek applause from people, likes and comments. I know that now is a content thing, So, celebrities will be using their marriage to be doing content so that they can make money from online. I'm not here to judge you. It's your life. Live it the way you want. But I'm saying, at the dating stage, when nothing has even gone anywhere, carry your relationship and we don't want to see it. You're not interested. Yes, I said it. You want to be interested when you are sure what two of you are doing. When you have a date And it was my mentor that guided me to be able to do that. If it wasn't for him, maybe I would have made a mess of the relationship. So you need someone to drag your ear. They don't born me where to post my husband then now. Even on my engagement day, I did not post it until after my wedding even. It was 1 year later that I posted 1 year of my engagement. By then, I'm already married. Why do you want to rush? You will have all the time to post this person until you die. So what is the rush? Calm down. When you are sure you will marry the person and there is a concrete plan, then you can bring them on stage. Let them still be behind the scene. It doesn't mean you are hiding them. But when I'm talking about hiding it, at a certain level where you're not bold and courageous to, because one of the cues also that I didn't mention was being the person is able to show you to important people in their life, to introduce you. If they cannot introduce you to the people around them, to the people he respects, to the people that he loves, if he doesn't introduce you to family, friends, his trusted mentors, his faith community, his church, something is wrong somewhere. Something is wrong somewhere. So there has to be that this is what we are doing. And if there is no observable growth, towards responsibility or commitment in the whole relationship, something is also wrong. If he's also repeatedly asking you to compromise on your values, to break down your rules, to take down your standards, to depreciate or minimize your principles, something is wrong. That's a warning sign for you. Don't ignore it. And one sign alone doesn't also tell the whole story, but consistent pattern deserves your attention. If he shows one sign, you need to watch it. But if he's consistently modeling and showing several patterns, pay attention to it. Don't ignore it. Don't ignore it. Now, let me share with you about 5 questions every woman should ask herself in line this conversation. So before you start asking, do you want to marry me? Here are about 5 or 6 questions that I want you to ask yourself. Is this relationship helping me become a better person or become worse? Is it helping me to become a better woman? Am I growing in the course of this relationship? Number 2, do I trust his character and patterns more than his charm? His face. He's very handsome. I know. My husband was handsome. His charm got to me. But I looked beyond those charms. I looked beyond the handsomeness. I looked beyond the fine face. I looked beyond the beard. I looked beyond the outfit. I looked beyond the six-pack. I looked beyond everything. And focused on the most important thing, which is his character traits. So, if his character is not commensurate or it doesn't fit to your own values, run. No. Are we growing in the same direction? Some people grow together, but they grow in parallel lines, so they never meet. They grow opposite direction. It's like someone going to Abuja and someone going to Lagos. If at the point of growing to a point, you start seeing that you face the different directions, it's time to check it. But if you're growing in the same direction, then perfect. Are our values compatible? Compatibility is not in everything. You may not be compatible. It can't be compatible in everything. Compatibility, I feel, is a myth because you can't be compatible in everything and want to marry each other. No. If you're a scattered person, do you want someone scattered? No. Scattered someone naturally attracts someone who is put together, actually. Someone that is loud spoken naturally attracts someone who is quiet. In my case, I speak out more. Yes, I can be reserved if I want to. I may not even act like I used to talk if I don't want to. But I speak more than my husband does. So in that regard, we're compatible. We are not. So compatibility should be channeled rightly. Don't misquote compatibility, and then you are quoting it in the wrong things. Am I staying because of love or because I'm afraid to start all over? See this question, eh? Hi. You see, most ladies, the reason why they end up marrying the person they marry is because they were afraid of starting all over. It's not because they love that person. They're not in that relationship again because they need to stay. They're staying because I can't start all over. What? Oh my God. Let me calm down. Christy, calm down. Calm down, calm down. I know you're boiling. Because it's getting to me. Some people come with, oh my, I want to break up with him. I'm tired of relating. I want to stop. I want to start all over. I don't know how to start. I say, okay. So the first step is to break up. And then I'm waiting. Oh yeah, break up now? No way. I'm just afraid to start all over. I cannot afford to start all over. Okay, what do you want me to do? No answer. No answer. You can't tell me. You want to, do you really want to marry this person because you really need to marry them? Or because I cannot start all over? I cannot. I just have to manage. I just have to keep up with the Jones. If you know how far marriage is, the marriage journey of marriage, as a matter of fact, when you are starting, you think you are started, you've not. 10 years is when you now start. Like me now, I'm 7 years in, but I'm just starting. It's not that marriage have begun. He's now that the relationship is beginning to make sense. It is now that I'm able to now say, I made the right choice of marrying my husband. It is now that we are beginning to understand ourselves better so that we can relate better. Let me not allow this one. It's now that our sex life is sweeter. You know, when we started, we're just doing it anyhow. We're doing try and error. Do we know it? And it's okay. That's the perfect way. Forget whatever the world is preaching to you. People that are crazy and mad that tell you need to know your sexual compatibility. How long do you do it before you know your compatibility sexually? They'll tell you that's why you cannot marry without testing. No, you need to test. How many are you going to taste? Maybe it's not meat, dry meat, or it's suya that they'll give you to taste. That you need to taste. I mean, it's crayfish. Which one? So don't be deceived. Your sexual life cannot be as perfect as it should be from day one. As you get into it, as you continue, it gets better. Let me end this conversation. It's into another thing. Thank you so much for joining me today. Oh my goodness. This has been such a wonderful time. I had fun myself. I felt sleepy at some point, but I mean, if you notice that, just know that it's one of those things. But we are all right. The AC in is blowing my head. Now, when you answer those questions, it will give you more clarity on whether or not you need to be in that relationship. I have so much to say, but I'm going to close. I want you to, ladies, come closer. Let me tell you, this is for you. Come closer. See, don't spend your energy trying to decode mixed signals. It's really, really showing it, but it's not also showing it really like that. Look for consistent character. That's what you should look for. Stop looking for mixed signal. Look for intentionality. How intentional is he about you and the things around you? Look for responsibility. A man who is responsible. See, the worst mistake you can ever make is to be with a man who is irresponsible. And a man that is irresponsible at 14 will be irresponsible at 40. It's not going to change. So don't say he's going to change. He promised that he will change. Kole work. Maybe that's how they used to say it. It's not going to work. Work. It's not going to work. Look for integrity. Integrity is a big deal. No matter how far you go, if you don't have integrity, you have nothing. I don't care how much you have. And we have a lot of men who are flaunting wealth, but zero integrity. That is no life at all. If you enter, you will know why you shouldn't have entered eventually. And remember, even if a man appears serious, Marriage is too important to rely only on assumption. Oh, I think, oh, I feel. As a relationship matures, honest conversation is going to be a game changer for you. It is very necessary and it is healthy to have. Okay? So, the right man will not only admire your beauty, he will respect your values. He's going to support your purpose and your journey in life. He will pursue you with integrity, not with crookedness, not with deception, and demonstrate through consistent actions that he is preparing for a lifelong covenant with you. Don't chase clarity from someone whose actions are already confusing you on a consistent basis. The woman who values herself chooses evidence over excuses. She chooses commitment over cloud chasing. She chooses wisdom over wishful thinking. She chooses empathy over emptiness. She chooses God's peace over emotional pressure. Let me leave you with this scripture. The prudent sees danger and takes refuge, but the simple, which in other translation we call him a fool, keeps going and will pay the penalty. And like other translations will say, and will fall into trouble. That's Proverbs 22 verse 3. So I leave you with this. Take time to reflect on this conversation and make sure that your life will be transformed by what you've heard. Don't go on in that relationship if you have not defined where it is going to end. Thank you so much for joining me. Apologies for taking extra 5 to 6 minutes of your time today. I needed to share as I was led and as I was told in my spirit. And I hope that it's been a transformative journey for you. I'll see you again next week. If you are not inviting people here, especially those in your circle, now you lose you, because the relationship around you, if they are working, yours will work. If they are not working, yours is not going to work. I remain your favorite, early marriage coach and your relationship mentor. Thank you for joining me today. I'll see you next week for another interesting conversation. Until then, see you in my timeline. I hope you're following me. If you're not following me, do that now. Okay? Thank you so much, everyone, and bye.